A growing number of Dunedin residents are becoming involved in the push towards electric cars. Tom McKinlay is among them, and having just acquired an electric vehicle, he joins us in the studio to talk about it. Very good evening, Tom. Thank you so very much for coming in. Tell us about your motor vehicle. What choices did you have and what one did you make?
Well, we bought a Nissan Leaf, which is the most common electric vehicle you'll see around. It's the most common one internationally. There have been some, I believe, hundreds of thousands of them sold, and so it's a car you can have some confidence in that it's been around for a while and well tested, and we've been enjoying it. It's a good car.
Very good. How long have you had it?
Well, just a month. Just had it a month, and it's been interesting because in that month we've encountered a lot of people who are either considering getting into an electric car or have an electric car or looking at an electric car conversion. So it's just been interesting for us just to see the level of interest there is in this. In
terms of driving experience, how have you found it?
Well, it drives just like any modern hatchback you might buy that runs on diesel or petrol. There's relatively little to notice in terms of the way it drives or handles. The main difference is that when you're driving, you drive past the petrol stations rather than driving into them. And for anyone who saw me driving around in the car, they wouldn't notice anything different about the car. The only difference between it and an internal combustion engine car is that it doesn't have an exhaust pipe, but otherwise it looks exactly like and functions very similarly to any other car.
Are you missing the absence of engine noise?
No, well, you don't. They're really quiet. The only noise at all really is the sound of the rubber on the road, but they're very quiet.
The perceived long-term benefits of owning an electric car, obviously there's the absence of carbon footprint.
Yep.
Anything else that you've observed?
Well, that was the main reason why we went electric, because we were looking to reduce our carbon footprint. But there's considerable savings involved, because the electricity to run the car is much cheaper than petrol or diesel, and we've only had ours a month. But even in that time, you can see that we're going to save some thousands over a year, for example, and so the car will pay for itself over time. And the other thing that people say for them is that because an electric motor has many fewer moving parts than an internal combustion engine, there's much less that can go wrong, so you can also expect that servicing and maintenance will cost you less over time.
Which is a very interesting factor, considering spare parts for electric vehicles are not exactly part of the primary thing you're going to find at Repco already. But you did attend a workshop about electric vehicles recently.
Yeah, well, as I say, I mean, there's a lot of people getting into them or showing interest in them, and there's the likes of the Valley Community Workspace in North East Valley has set up a garage to do car conversions, and there's a lot of know-how and knowledge amongst the people who are there. If people are interested in getting involved, and they're about to start a number of car conversions in the Allen Street garage there. So that there's a lot of that sort of community level interest and knowledge, but there's also a lot of interest from sort of bigger organisations, Corporates Delta and the DCC. Bigger organisations are looking at buying electric cars as part of their fleets, so that there's likely to be more of them around.
It is a new future for us. Tom McKinlay, thank you so very much for coming into studio.